Hey guys, and welcome to Phatt Chat. This is episode 33. I've got on my far right, James. How's it going, James?
Perfect, man. How are you doing?
I've been doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. And then on my closer right, I've got Zach. Zach, what's going on?
Cheer!
I like your hat.
Cheer!
Where'd you get it?
You!
Three of them in a row. You'd make a really good Street Fighter character.
I actually got it at the Ubisoft event that we went to last week.
Woo!
Which you can check out last week's podcast if you want to know more about that.
I really wanted to wear. I really wanted to wear that hat because I love it so much, but my head is too big. I got big person head
That's
syndrome.
the problem when you have big head syndrome and you
That's
swallow.
not only is it literal, it's also a metaphor.
Coming from big head number 2.
And then we've got over on my left, we've got Josh. How's it going? I like your shirt.
Thanks, man. I like my shirt too.
Does it glow in the dark?
This one actually does glow in the dark. Limited edition.
We did
60
one-
guys got to me.
We did one run of those, one run of the glow in the darks. All the Phatt Island shirts here, you guys, they all are black light glow. So if you go clubbing with them, you'll still glow. It'll be fine.
Doing a bad robot.
But if you got one of the exclusive first runs of them, you did get the just glow in the dark always, which is really cool. 'Cause I always forget that mine glows in the dark when I'm just walking around, and then I like walk in a dark room. And I'm like,
Same thing happens to me.
this is so cool. It's my shirt. I still get blown away by it every
I look down
fucking
for some reason. I always feel like there's something on me. I'm like, oh.
And I'm your host, Brandon, and my shirt is also, I like this shirt. It's my first time I've actually worn it.
I know. I actually thought about murdering you and taking that shirt earlier, but I won't because it's the podcast.
Would it fit?
Can.
Yeah, would
It is an extra large.
that would easily fit me. Would
It's-
do I look like a double XL?
Maybe.
mean,
I don't
the
think
camera adds it,
you've
but
earned
it
that
has.
shirt though.
Yeah, it's true. You have to earn this.
No, Brandon. I don't think you earned it.
You don't think I earned it?
No, because you couldn't beat him in arm wrestling.
Neither could you.
No, but I made him move.
Because you
No,
also,
not
you
me,
also
guys.
dirty about it.
I was very dirty. You took pictures of that.
Yeah, I did.
Did you know? Yeah. I was like, oh, cool, he snapped pictures.
I'll tweet those pictures out, you guys. So make sure you follow me because I will tweet out some pictures of him arm wrestling one of the devs from Trials of Blood Dragon. So
Yeah.
it's
The guy's built like Zangief.
dude. Just
That's
muscle. I'm pretty sure his bones might be like adamantium. Like,
Blood, muscle, and iron. for this
dude,
man.
it blows
I'll be
me
there
away.
soon.
Dude,
I'm blood and iron. I gotta get that muscle.
There you
that's
go.
right, dude. He is a beast. So we will go ahead and jump into our news of the week. Talk about what happened this prior week in gaming. There's actually a lot of really fun ones this week. So normally, like I pick some serious gaming topics. This week, I was like,
And
I'm
we
gonna have
transitioned straight into something serious,
Yeah.
and everyone was like,
And then
"Oh,
double
so
Jeopardy.
Yeah. So I went a little bit more lighthearted, and I found some really goofy bits of news that I think everyone will really enjoy.
What do you got?
Number one, you guys, Overwatch has beaten League of Legends as the most popular game in Korean internet cafes.
That's a big fucking deal.
Yes.
That's
So
a huge deal.
Also has now filled half of the internet bandwidth with memes.
Oh my God.
that's 100%
Nerf
true.
this!
For anybody who doesn't
Internet
know,
cafes.
League of Legends has basically dominated those cafes since 2012. So for the past 4 years, it has been consistently the most popular game played. Overwatch has just taken over. This was a report Polygon put out, and they actually beat it by a fairly small margin. It was 30% of the players were playing Overwatch, 27% of the players were still on League. They think that number is going to go even higher because, of course, the ranked matches in Overwatch are supposed to come out later this month.
Yeah.
They think as soon as that hits, it'll add that extra
I think
competitive
so.
style to it, and they're thinking it might take over more. It's hard to say, but it's kind of crazy to think that after all that time,
That's crazy. What was the game before? League of Legends.
League. I don't know.
I think it was still StarCraft.
It's
I
possible.
know StarCraft 2 was played real huge, and they had like big esports like arenas for StarCraft. Like I don't know, you guys remember like all the videos like esports arenas that Korea had for a while?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
they still have them. I know they have big esports stages now everywhere, and of course esports is going to be getting pretty big here pretty soon.
Well, like I was telling you guys off camera before we started the podcast, when I was stationed in Korea during 2000, 2001, I went into an internet cafe thinking I could actually play StarCraft and got the like, shit kicked out of me. But they are so intense, it's nuts. When you go into these places, it's like a serious place. When I said I wanted to play StarCraft, I got laughed at. And I was just like, what? I don't get what's so funny. Here's my money. Let me sit down. He's like, okay, GI.
They're like, we don't play StarCraft.
Yeah, exactly.
We
We
live
live this
StarCraft.
shit. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
like our life. You know, people die in those things. And no, it's not a joke.
Yeah, Diablo
I know.
3, somebody played for like 72 straight hours and died.
Yes.
And I think that it took like 3 days for people to like notice that he died
Yep.
because they just assumed he was.
I think it was pretty immediate because his head hit the keyboard. Like immediately.
No,
It
it
was
was-
like, and dead.
Maybe it
But
wasn't
there- I know what you're
ideal,
talking
but there
about.
was one where it took him like 2 or 3 days to find him because
I think it was
just-
WoW.
That's-
Warcraft.
I
at
can
the
see
time.
that. I can see that for sure.
Yeah, this shit's insane.
Did you say Narnia?
I said Narnar.
Oh. I was like,
Narnar?
oh.
What the fuck is Narnar?
Gnarly.
It's the same gnarly twice. It's a double gnarly, and I don't want to say Lee at the end of it because Lee's like a double.
Can that be DBA's new thing when she wins?
That's
her new
him die
Overwatch
kind
card?
is totally Lee's.
Isn't she Diva?
I call her DBA.
No.
I'm probably wrong.
I don't know.
Internet,
I don't know
correct
what's
me,
right.
Tweet at me. Let me know I'm wrong.
Correct him.
I can't say
But-
things.
Anyways,
Anyways,
Diablo
it's the
3
shit.
is not worth dying over.
No, but Overwatch is the shit. The
Reaper of
very
Souls,
first
man.
game, the very first multiplayer game that I have genuinely been happy and excited about to play in like the last 4 or 5 years.
It's fair.
I
There's gonna be
love
a new one coming out next year.
I absolutely love it.
Of games,
Oh,
Josh.
what?
A multiplayer game that he's gonna lose his shit over.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought we just confirmed Overwatch 2. I was gonna lose my
No,
shit.
I
You heard it
might
here
lose
first.
my bowels, I might lose an arm or a leg, but it'll be worth it.
I've got one this year. I'm
It's the day of love.
What's that?
Titanfall 2. Battlefield's like a given,
Battlefield
obviously.
1, motherfucker.
You get that every year.
Wait, Titanfall 2, I'm gonna be right there with you.
Yeah.
We're gonna be hand in hand, sword with sword. Like, we'll be holding hands.
We have to find the button configuration to make our mechs skip next to each other.
That'll be
better.
better.
That'd be mod.
God,
Be a
murder.
good mod online.
Can't spell slide.
And I want that song played over it.
Always together. Or like some Tiny Tim stuff.
There you go.
Dancing through the tulips, whatever that song's called.
Dancing on the Ritz.
Tiptoe through the tulips, there we go.
Oh lord, here we
Or
go.
dancing through the or dancing on the Ritz.
Oh, I don't like that song.
Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz.
I don't want to put on the
No,
bits.
it's it.
Jesus
Dancing
Christ.
on the
Move. Next star.
What else?
We'll
What else?
see.
Next bit of news. We're done. We're moving on.
Next news.
This one's less fun, more funny.
Okay.
Skip it.
Um,
I'm just kidding.
Nintendo's game designer Shigeru Miyamoto.
Start with Nintendo, but okay.
Yeah,
I'm already laughing.
jokes, okay? If anybody doesn't know, he's the guy who made Zelda, Mario, big name in gaming. You looked at me really weird with that, I'm sorry, okay.
I'm waiting for them to announce a game.
He told the Associated Press, through a translator of course, the reason they aren't talking more about the NX is because, quote, there's an idea we're working on.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, so you ready for the idea?
Okay, hold on. It goes on more.
I didn't have to go on.
It releases in March, but we're still working on it.
He goes on to say, that's why we can't share anything at this point. I don't want to comment on other consoles, but if it was just a matter of following advancements in technologies, things would be coming out a lot quicker.
What if follow me for a minute? What if NX was never hardware? What if it's just a mobile app?
Oh shit.
I would fucking. I'll take you up on that.
What if it was just an app for like your 3DS and your Wii U, and it just synced the two of them
What if the
together?
schematic?
shit.
What if the schematic that we saw, the little round oval, was actually a dock that your phone goes into, like this Game Boy thing that emulates iPhone?
Yeah.
No,
No, that last quote, could you repeat it to me so I can
Yeah.
cope with it?
Okay, so he started off by saying, there's an idea we're
There's
working
an idea.
on.
That's a good start for something coming out in March.
Why we can't say anything at this. Okay, yeah, that's why we can't say anything at this point. And I don't want to comment on other companies. But if it was just a matter of following advancements in technology, things would be coming out a lot quicker.
So it's not about following advancement in technology. Either they're just trying to go with some old ass tech and be like, we're doing cartridges. It's going to be Nintendo
No.
64
They're
square.
finally gonna link profiles on 3DS and Wii U.
But literally, they're saying
We're
if
adding friends list.
we made things better, that would be quicker.
Jeremy Clarkson has just now entered the room. That's all I saw. We're adding friends lists.
So they're trying to advance technology beyond advancements in technology. Is that what they're trying to say?
No, that's just not the important part.
I don't know.
Or is he saying that we're not going to be putting advanced technology?
What he's saying is there's
He's
an
making an
idea.
excuse for why they're not talking about it yet.
No, he's saying there's an idea they're working on.
Okay, but would it be vague and also really terrible at the same time?
Okay, in all fairness, this was translated, so it may not have translated perfectly, so it may
I don't
have
know that you're gonna lose that
sounded.
much.
It may have
So
sounded
it
a little more
sounds like
sincere.
the other consoles being the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox, are trying to follow advancements in technology like 4K gaming, VR, cool stuff like that.
And that's allowing them to put stuff out at a consistent
That's
rate.
a consistent rate.
Yeah.
We don't want to be consistent with advancements in technology. We just want you to play our consoles that you'll never fucking buy. Like, I'm trying to like push it past. Is Nintendo making these choices?
They're the anti-gamers.
It is the world's biggest troll. They're gonna come out and be like, NX doesn't even exist. Haha, we got
I
all
want to
you
know
guys.
who their investors are.
Sometimes I feel like the big play is to get so bankrupt and out. No, follow me. So like, I feel like they're trying to shut down their own company slowly and bleed slowly, so they can finally sell all their assets, make their money, then everybody splits it equally up on the big umbrella
would make
and
sense.
exits. That's what I think. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, I know they don't want to do that. I'm just speculating.
Or the
because
Nintendo thing to do is
Yeah.
to try to get their stock as close to zero, so no matter what, they're always turning profit. As soon as something new comes out, like, we made $1. That's profits more than we had yesterday.
100% increase.
100%.
So
Wow.
anybody who doesn't follow the
Say
podcast
the line.
regularly, who's
Say the
jumping
line.
around now,
Say the line.
I love myself some Nintendo. I do. I'm like the biggest Nintendo fan. I have a Pokemon tattooed on my body,
I
and
like
I'm
this line.
planning on getting another one.
I feel like you always leave it this sentence. You're gonna come up with another.
No, that's it.
I like to hear.
Get your shit together.
Thank you.
Shit together.
Thank you.
That's like all I have to say. Like, I love you and I support you, but you were making it so hard. It's like this terrible codependent relationship that like I just love you so much and you just beat me. Like, it's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, way to be the 1950s right there. Nintendo's lost.
You got Stockholm syndrome, bro.
Nintendo comes up to
They're
you.
coming
and
out
they
with the
just-
console.
This
the size of a
I was just
phone.
thinking that. I was like, they're coming up to you. They're just like.
This new console's the size of a thumb, so we can beat you with it. It's legal.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So we're
just
gonna
right
move
there.
on before I break into tears here about you,
Yeah.
Nintendo.
All I know is Ubisoft announced more for Nintendo than Nintendo did the entire presence of E3.
Yeah, it's true.
They told us Just Dance was coming to the NX.
People are like,
Yeah.
I got a game to play that's not
I wonder if
Zelda.
any of them in Ubisoft have even seen an X.
Probably not.
What if they're just like, we're just porting it, right click save as, right?
Let's just make it for last gen.
Yeah.
It'll catch up.
It just releases on mobile devices.
Oh
No fucking A.
Alright, this one is interesting, you guys. A local Ford dealership in Massachusetts has used art from the game Firewatch in its online flyers that were sent out to potential customers. The news was brought to attention from a tweet from Panic Inc., somebody who helped out with
Yep.
the Firewatch game. The dealership admitted to Game Informer that the email flyer was sent out and that the dealership does not vet advertisements for copyright or clearance.
What the fuck is wrong with people, dude?
We're just gonna use whatever the fuck we
It
want.
gets better. Supposedly the phone number on these is typoed.
Well, the
So-
phone number's not even right.
Supposedly some of the phone numbers that went out aren't right.
Okay, so they're
worse.
just sending out Firewatch.
No, so it's funny. It's literally that main Firewatch picture that everyone's seen if you know anything about Firewatch with the
The sunset.
Yeah, the guy standing on the
and then
cliff,
it's
yeah.
got like Ford Tough on top of it. It's got like a Jeep in the middle and it's just got a bunch of like Ford stuff. It's like live outdoors, have fun. I was like,
Watch your force.
Fun now. Radio.
yeah, it's really ridiculous, but it's actually funny. Sean Vannerman, the co-founder of Campo Studios, the people who made Firewatch, is actually like taking it really well. He was actually being really funny about it. His exact tweet was, "We've had a good laugh over a crappy car dealership flyer, but it's really a non-story." So he's not trying to make a big deal about it. He's like, shit fucking happens, whatever. Like, I don't even care.
At least he's being cool about it.
How does that happen? Do they just like scroll? Do they just like go on Google and type in like
No,
camp
I know
photo?
exactly what it
Yeah.
was. Is the ownership's like dealer was like, we need to make a new flyer. Hey, and then one of the guys is like, hey, my son's pretty good with Photoshop. Make him make a flyer. And his son's probably
Kid's like 12.
He's like 12. He's like, I play Firewatch. And he's like,
That's great for the outdoors.
That's really good advertising for them too. Like of no thing of their own. Like this made ripples in news.
Yeah.
Because
advertising's in the
we're all
advertising
news
still.
starved at this point. We just got so much spoon fed to us at E3.
Yeah.
I'm still getting it fed to me.
Now we're talking about Ford dealerships using game.
Eat it up.
There you
So
go.
I told you it was fun news this week. You
Yes,
guys.
it is.
It was really
very
good.
much so.
Next bit. This one's actually. I think you're gonna like this one. 'Cause
If
you
your
like
segue
racing
was
games.
bit, I understand where you're going. If it wasn't, I really don't know where we're about to go.
No, you have no idea. Okay. The new Gran Turismo game will let you earn a real racing license. Says Gran Turismo
Yeah.
overseer. What's up?
They've been doing that for a while.
No, not a real
no.
license. They take you to like GT Academy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No,
But
so
this
this
is
is
a
one.
license.
Yeah, this is an actual license. So to become eligible for the license, you have to complete the racing etiquette mode, achieve silver or better results in all campaign mode events, then maintain or exceed a certain level of driver class and sportsmanship points.
Which is like no
yeah.
touch contact.
Yeah. So GameSpot has actually come out and just made an extra statement on this. Though the license you earn qualifies as a real license, a motorsport license is not the same as a driver's license
not,
and
it's not.
only allows you to legally participate
On tracks.
on track events. So, you can literally earn a license in this game that allows you to go race professional vehicles.
Because supposedly Gran Turismo Sport is the title of the new one that's coming out. Is like, it's like fractions of a 1-to-1 scale.
I don't give two flying fucks how realistic that goddamn game is. If they're giving racing licenses to people through a video game without the GT school that they've been doing for years, that is fucking stupid. Someone's gonna die.
One, I play racing games drunk.
If he gets his license,
There it is. If I get my license by doing this, we're gonna have a serious fucking problem. One,
Does it
because
mean
I
you're
will not
qual-
take it.
Someone's gonna come to your house, bang on the door, and give you a breathalyzer.
because you're only gonna qualify if you're drunk. Like on track, you're like, okay, we're gonna do one lap more.
Right,
You're like,
it's like, hey man, I gotta take care of something. I gotta put my performance enhancing drugs in my system.
What a lot of people don't realize though is
Jesus Christ.
oh, you
obviously,
got octane boosters.
I have no
Yeah, octane boosters.
this obviously doesn't mean though you can just like take your car and start racing. But obviously your vehicle still has to be legal for whatever race you're
As an
going
inside.
into.
Of course.
You obviously have to meet
Yeah,
certain like requirements.
Do you have any idea how many bros right now are reading the news like, my Honda's gonna be a race car? I'm telling
Even
you.
then,
Their Honda's not gonna be racing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean.
Too slow.
You know what I mean.
What I'm saying is you need to do is you gotta get yourself a nice chair, like one of those DX Racer chairs. You need to get yourself a steering wheel. And I'm gonna get my license on that.
Here's the
shit.
thing too, right? So like, even though this game can get you to qualify for something like that, even though it's a 1-to-1 scale, like there's a few things you're not gonna feel, like your tires letting go. Like you're never gonna
Yes.
know that feeling until
Never
like you
feel
get
slick.
up there
Correct.
behind the wheel. Like, because I've done that stuff, right? Autocross, drag strip, all that stuff, mountain tackles, but like this is different. Like that stuff
I
you get
remember
from hands-on
You
experience.
coming home from that mountain tackle where you spun out on the mountain
And I almost went over the
it
side.
humbled you.
Even just the physical
Kiss the rail.
like toll it takes on people's body.
Yes,
People don't
exactly.
realize that racers lose, I think they say like 5 to 10 pounds per race in like a Formula One race because there's so much like energy and stuff that
Yeah, they don't have any air
Yeah.
conditioning
And
or
they're
anything
sweating
like
on
that.
that. But like the other thing too, so like there's different levels of track stuff. Like this is probably entry level. Like you would probably be allowed to go on track with a Honda Odyssey that held like tire.
You're not gonna be able to
inflation,
get
but,
a sprint car.
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
If you don't see the potential for disaster
Yeah,
out of this though,
Also, I see it.
I know Brandon's with me on this.
I see it too, but even if you're licensed and like you go to a track, like unless
You
you've
still have to
signed up there
qualify.
before, and even if you
And
sign
you
up
still
there,
have to have a car.
you still have to go with an
Of course.
instructor on your first few laps.
Of course.
Otherwise, they can say, sorry, even though you're licensed, like you can't.
But consider this: somebody is going to find this as a really awesome opportunity for advertisement, for a publicity stunt of some kind. Here's the first person to win this license in this game.
Waste.
Let's get this guy.
But they
Let's bring
can't.
this
Like
guy
the track
in.
won't let them. Like there's so many checks and balances on a track, it's stupid.
True,
Like,
but maybe
Because
they have something to work out.
you're doing life or death.
a
Race-
track
racing-
worth millions of dollars is not going to risk.
I hope not.
Like,
And I think that's why they were able.
I don't know that much about racing.
I think-
I just hope not.
I think that's why they were able to actually give these licenses out because it's not like you can just get the license and go race. There's still so many
Yeah,
other
there's a
like,
lot of
things.
other
What
you
do
have
they
to
call
go
it?
through.
What do they call it? I think they're called. If you're really interested in racing, I think you could just do Hornets. If you have a driver's license, you can race Hornets. $400 car. You go out to your local dirt track, and you just race Hornets.
Remember those little go-kart games?
They're
Are you talking about making
$400.
money?
Huh?
Yeah, I'm lost
Like
on
racing
that.
hornets and the honeycombs and
No. Hornets are regular jack-off cars that you only put $400 into.
It sounds like a dirt, like
That's
construction.
Oh, so just whatever car you want.
Purchase
for
the
$400.
purchase the car for $100, but then it's a normal car. And
I got
you race those guys around. It's a lot of fun. Just try it out. But
I can't wait till you're the captain of my sea vessel. You know that?
Too great. Well, first we're gonna
What's the next piece?
All right, you guys.
see me shaking.
Some more fun and ridiculousness here. GameStop subsidiary Congregate is now publishing a new card game for mobile devices featuring characters from Fox shows, including Family Guy, Futurama, King of the Hill, Bob's Burgers, and American Dad. The game is going to be called Throwdown: The Quest for Cards. Currently, no
Move on to the
release
next
date
one.
available.
Just move on to the next one.
You can't
Move on. No.
I can't even
Like, I
handle
can
that.
talk about a bunch of stuff.
Well,
a lot of other stuff.
no, I'm with
What
that.
is that to you?
I'm with
Ignore
that.
that news. Gwent is coming out. Play that instead.
Gwent is coming out,
Definitely play that.
That's literally all it is.
Support CD Projekt.
and Bethesda's card game is coming to tablet and
Yeah,
correct.
Yes.
cell phones.
Scrolls
Yes.
or
They-
Legends or something.
Legends.
Yeah.
This
Thank
is
goodness.
this is literally a gimmick
Yes.
to just basically say there's card games are becoming popular. We're gonna throw a ridiculous gimmick on some card games, and we're gonna try and make money off of
And
it.
if you've ever played something on Congregate, don't.
So, new bit of news. These last two, they're gonna be quick. These are like actual news pieces. They're not like goofy fluff.
Or no.
The Steam Summer Sale is currently going on.
Yes.
It goes
Yeah.
on until July 4th at 10 a.m.
A lot of cool stuff on there,
So
too.
go check it out, you guys. There's a lot of great sales you can get. What are you laughing about there over there?
My favorite part of Steam summer sales isn't even the sales.
It's the ridiculous game.
No, it's the memes, man. Like, my new favorite one now is actually like the Steam logo, because it's just, just a lever, right?
Yeah.
But it's actually,
It's a-
it's a face of Gabe or whatever his name is,
Gabe.
like reaching into somebody's wallet and pulling out money.
Yeah.
I was like, and it's just, his arm's the lever.
Isn't it a Steam piston?
Yes, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Payday 2 is free for until July 4th. Pick it up, play with me. Go out
It's
some banks.
definitely, you guys, there's a lot of great stuff. The game he talks about a lot, Arma, is on sale for $20.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a good sale. Tons of stuff. It's definitely worth checking out, you guys.
Fallout's like
There's
30.
really
There's a lot of
sales
good
going
indie
across
games on
everything.
sale too, I
Yeah.
saw.
A
Um,
ton of Everything's on sale. I think like 80% of this whole entire Steam library is on sale.
Yeah.
so the Steam does a big summer
I think
sale.
marriage certificates are like $1.
But the one game I want isn't on sale. So fuck.
Which one do you want?
It's an old game from 1998 called Tachyon the French. You know that Bruce Campbell is the voice of the main character in Space Game.
Okay.
Oh, man, Bruce Campbell's in it.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
you paid full price for that.
Did you
$15. I
Oh,
ain't
savages.
did you ever play?
I thought that was a 75% off price.
There was a game that came out on the PlayStation 1, obviously ages ago, with Bruce Campbell as the voice of the main character. It was called Broken Helix. Did you guys ever play that? That
don't
shit
think so.
was hilarious. It was one of the funniest games I've ever played.
was
It's really
Fear
funny.
Effect Retro Helix.
I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, the one I'm talking about is super funny. If you ever come across it, get it.
And the last bit of news, you guys, Fable Fortunes, the card game being made by Flaming Fowl, which is a bunch of people who left Lionhead Studios when it got closed, built their own little thing, cancels its crowdfunding campaign.
Ooh.
However, the game still lives on as Flaming Fowl has secured.
A independent angel investor.
So basically, an unnamed outside source
Ooh.
has supported the money for them
Peter
with
Molyneux.
with the team's personal investment plus this unnamed investor. They made enough money to put up the
They
game.
still have a personal investment in it?
They have a small
I thought that guy like put all in.
No, they fronted what they had, and then he covered the rest of the bill, everything that
Someone
they needed.
really-
So
Fable.
when it's independent, I'm waiting for it to be somebody at Microsoft.
You think so?
I'm almost like 80%.
Unless it's Microsoft itself being independent of that.
No, well, that's why it's unnamed. That's why it would make sense. Otherwise,
You're
it-
under the table and it's like, okay, you're only
most
doing this.
angel investors usually are okay with it because usually it has some type of like share or stock option for them.
Yep.
Where they're like, oh, like if I invest in, like one of my favorite games that's like still coming out right now is Battle Chasers, and they got an angel investor through who THQ collapsed. So who is it now? Nordic Games. I think so.
that's
That
it, yeah.
that has the
Darksiders.
Darksiders, right? So like they invested and like they get a whole bunch of like options in that game now that like promotes Darksiders because there's a third one coming. I'm calling it now.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
But like usually they're all about it. Like promote me, tell people about me, where you got the money, show them my Twitter, my Facebook, whoever, because I can do this for other people. If it's private, there's a reason for it. It's because it's going to look bad if they find out. So when it's finally announced,
Because it would look like it was inside.
It would look terrible if they were like, we closed Lionhead
the
Studio, and
but
now
then
we're
we
going to
still fund
support.
this
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
Because what's the releases for that game still?
For which one?
What consoles is this game coming out for?
Probably the phone.
I think PC and
Yeah.
mobile.
And what else?
Probably Xbox One PC exclusive.
Xbox One, PC,
Crossplay.
cross stream, boom,
Yeah.
open to both
Xbox.
servers.
I can see that.
Angel investor
Yeah.
for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Makes more sense that way.
No, that's smart. I think that's probably definitely what it is. Microsoft does it well.
It's not smart because it will come out eventually. I'm waiting.
Eventually somebody will find out. but-
Eventually.
Say.
I'm gonna call somebody after this.
All right, you guys, we had some fun with the news of the week. Now it's time for something
more.
No, that was it. That's all we had.
Okay, keep going.
Did you have something cool?
Nope.
Did you have some news?
Oh yeah, Minecraft's getting a movie coming out 2019.
What is?
Minecraft.
Is it animated?
I don't know.
Is it done by Pixar?
I don't know.
It needs to be.
Minecraft's getting a movie coming out 2019.
I'm okay with that. I wonder if it's gonna be based off the Telltale story. Oh my god, yeah.
I think me and Brandon are right here. on
We can
the
just
show.
move past that.
Yeah.
What if it's an interactive movie and everybody gets a remote and you have to vote what
Oh,
your character
God.
does?
You have to build your own movie.
Oh, for fuck's
Mine the film.
Ooh.
sake. Mind the
Okay, I'll stop.
Y'all are hurting me with this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He said mind the film.
I'm not the one who sold out.
Physically hurting me. Physically hurting me. Alright, guys, it is time for something serious.
Serious.
We've talked about them before, but I just wanted to rehash it. We learned a little bit more about them at E3. Nintendo made its ridiculous statement about the NX. I want to talk some mid-gen consoles. So the Neo, the Scorpio, everything like that. How we feel about them, what we like, if we're for them, against them, when we think they should hit. Zach's like prepping. Okay, we're gonna
And this
start.
time I'm gonna get all my shit out.
Okay, go, Zach, start.
No.
Oh,
I'm gonna be last. I'll be the
sorry.
anchor that brings all this shit together. It's about to be a shit show right now.
Every time you're the anchor, though, you end up not being able to talk about half of what you want to talk about.
Oh, I know.
Just
Get ready. This shit's gonna run a little bit longer if need be.
All right, James, we'll start with you then.
My number one thing is I want to know what the fuck a teraflop is.
I'll show you after this.
No. Yeah.
That's a
I have no
teraflop.
idea what the fuck that is. And I even asked, I asked Peter, he's real tech savvy. I'm like, what the fuck is a teraflop? He's like, you geek, I don't know.
Lots of
Some shit
data
was-
moving at once.
Well,
A lot.
Yeah, but from what I understand, it's a lot more than that. But
It's
I'm not a tech savvy guy,
That's
so.
why I'm
So
doing
when something
the
flops
non-tech.
out and everyone's like, a tear.
Yeah, so anyways, they're talking about all these cool teraflops and that does this and it does that. And I really think that this would have been the time to reveal information about it. I don't know why they didn't.
Are you talking Microsoft or Sony?
I'm talking Microsoft because they showed absolutely nothing. We know a little bit more about what Sony's doing with their 4K thing than we do about what Microsoft's doing,
I
but
bet you that's not true. I bet you everything we've seen about the Neo gets thrown out now that they've seen what Microsoft shows. That's my guess.
you think that's why there was that blip at the end of their show?
It all gets thrown out, is my guess.
Okay, fair
100%.
enough. So, okay, fair enough. I think that we should have gotten some stuff about it, you know? I'd really like to see it, but I don't have an issue with mid-consoles. I don't have a problem with that at all. I bought the Xbox 360 Elite when it came out, and then I bought the Slim when it came out, so I have no problem with that personally.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. What about you, Josh?
I heard. Trying to come up with something.
Where was I?
Well, okay, first off,
What
like,
happened?
how new is the fucking PlayStation 4 and the Xbox?
2013, November.
Yeah.
November 2013,
So like
3 years.
2.5 years,
Okay,
3 years by
how long
the.
did it take to get the Elite Xbox?
2 years?
Two and a half years, yeah.
2.5
Exactly.
years. So this is about on point with how it's going. Right
Yeah.
now. But like, I see why they're doing it because like the 4K stuff is coming out and all that jazz. But what? We got nothing. We have it can do better stuff. But like, my question is this just going to be? I mean, they're like, well, all your games are going to work on either one perfectly, except one's going to have a little bit better fidelity, you know? But like, why is next going to start? Are we going to start seeing a era of gaming where we're going to have two consoles that are essentially the same, but like this game is only made for the Xbox, whatever, Scorpio.
Well, they started it with the PS2.
I think eventually we will see that. Right now, though, I think it's more. I don't think really these upgraded consoles, they're not for us when it really comes down to it. They're for the developers. If they can keep pushing them a little bit further, all it's doing is giving the developers easier stuff to work with, a more powerful console to put out. So if somebody's like already pushing the edge, they can just go that little bit further and not have to stress about it.
I'm gonna cut you guys off for a second.
Okay.
James, you ready?
I am.
A flop is a short for floating point operations per second. Tera is a prefix for 1 trillion. So a device with 6 teraflops can make 6 trillion operations per second. The more flops your computer can process, the more polygons it can draw on the screen. More polygons allows the designer to create more complex imagery.
Well, then why is everybody saying it's an unmeasurable thing?
It's not unmeasurable. They tell you exactly 6 teraflops. It's
Well,
measurable.
when they measured it to how much graphic computing.
Because when you look at graphic computing, you have to put a placement on it. So it's like on screen you can have 3,864 shaders.
But
That's the easiest way to break it down. But that's complex.
Well, yeah. Well, when they were talking about like when I have a graphics card, I have a 2 gig graphics card.
Right.
I have 2 gigs of
Now, I know how those
graphic
work.
memory, but they were kind of saying that it has 6 teraflops of graphic memory.
Because they don't
Right.
say specifically how much RAM
Well, yeah,
that is,
so-
because then people measure it by, oh well, PlayStation, the Neo is gonna have 8 gigs of RAM, the Scorpio is only gonna have 7, and that's it, the number. Nobody's gonna look if it's DDR3 or GDDR5.
No.
Right? Then once again we get complicated. It's all numbers. That's all
It's
anybody
not,
looks at as a
it's not
consumer.
it's not like PC.
Okay.
Only nerds care about that shit.
Yeah, and so like the most basic, easy, understandable layman terms without us having to break away in that conversation. Continue, pick up.
Oh, I was
It's
talking.
entertaining.
You were talking. Yeah. We went from you to me to him. We like stole the show slowly from you. So
Sorry,
back to you.
go back.
No, it's cool. Yeah.
If you wanted to have your fun, I was kidding. So I don't think that it's a bad idea per se, but I also don't. I think that the only reason that they announced that shit early is to try to get like investors interested.
Well, yeah,
and that's it.
absolutely.
But like it leaves a whole bunch of people, like the customers, like the fuck. Why do I care now? Why do I have to save up now? When is it coming out? Like no one has like any solid answers.
Well,
It's all
no.
floppy woppy right
They've
now.
been so they said
Tiny
that
Era
the
floppy.
Timey-wimey.
There's like a trillion flip floppies going on in my head.
so they said that the Slim Xbox will be out this year, holiday season. The Scorpio will be out holiday season of next year, and then the Neo. Really, they've given us no.
Well, I think let's talk more about the Neo because the Neo was announced a lot longer ago.
It was leaked.
Oh,
Sony
yeah.
has not made an official statement. They made their like official statement like a month ago.
Yeah,
and it was. It
and
was
one of the
even
bigger
just,
guys
like-
said it was Andrew Layhouse, one of the bigger guys of PlayStation. He used to run the conferences before the new guy did.
I don't remember his last name.
It's hard for me to have an opinion on it because I guess like as I play PC, I understand when I need to upgrade.
Yeah.
Like and I talk to a lot of people about it. Is when I upgrade, I do it because my PC's not reaching any limits, but it's just because now I have something that's modular and designed. I can increase its limits, so I don't have to worry about it for another couple of years.
Fair.
My PC right now is fine. It'll be fine for the next couple of years. But I want to put now that everything's getting cheaper and more regularly available, I want to start shoving more into it. I just put 8 gigs or 16 gigs of RAM in there.
Plus, that's
It's my
smart.
freaking power supply.
Plus, that's smart though, because if you do it piece by piece, you're obviously not shelling out the money for a whole new computer every couple of years. You
Right.
upgrade it modularly, piece by
I mean,
piece,
I
and it
guess
stays current.
I don't know. I think a lot of people that are negative about it are making too big of a deal about it. Like this is the reason I got a console, so I don't have to upgrade. Well, the new generation, the mid generation, like you don't have to upgrade.
Correct.
So don't.
Yeah.
And if you want your 4K TV and you want your 60 frames on your 4K, then do it.
Well,
But
a
if
lot
not, stop.
A lot of
Who
people
cares?
are like talking about picking them up. They don't even have 4K TVs to put them out. So pretty much, I'm gonna say this: if you don't have a 4K
I
TV
can't.
and you're not picking up a VR, there's probably no reason for you to upgrade.
Yeah.
If you're being realistic, I have a 4K TV. I am picking up VR. Plus, I like to support the companies that I love. So I will be picking up the Neo when it comes out. Depending on what the Scorpio looks like, I might pick one of those up when it comes out.
Not that anybody who can't afford the new consoles doesn't support the company they love.
Correct. No, of
Yeah.
course not.
But
But
if you can afford a 4K TV, you can pick up.
Of course you can.
I'm all about like I'm really big on voting with my wallet,
Mhm.
supporting the people I like, and that to me is worth an investment. That's worth me putting in that money. Like I know for sure I'm very happy with my PS4. I love the VR. I've gotten to play it before. It's fantastic. I want the best seamless experience possible. If that means giving the company that I like and support more money, I'm fine with that. I'm okay.
As you
I'm
should
on
be.
board. I also like
Just email it to them.
I also like the idea that it's not a forced upgrade. I think
Yes.
that's really cool because it allows, like you guys were saying, people to choose not to upgrade. That's your personal choice. And I think this will also move away from having to like break the consoles, like, oh, we're gonna do new gen consoles. If they keep doing this, they can extend the PS4, they can extend the Xbox One. Their lifespans can be longer while still becoming more powerful.
Yes.
So we don't have to like just upgrade all of a sudden where everybody has to just drop their old stuff and move on to a new one. They can just kind of like slowly upgrade us, slowly kind of move on.
On that point, I think that the biggest issue with this last generation console was for the first year, every single game that came out was available on last gen consoles and next gen consoles.
And they hit
At
walls.
the same time, and of course you hit walls, so you get these stuff like Battlefield 4 is a great example. That game could have been Frostbite 3 engine we've seen how awesome that was able to produce once they're able to put the time into it on the new consoles. You got how great everything looks. Look at Battlefield 1 right now. Look at Star Wars Battlefront. Look at they're switching to the NBA game, you know, or not the NBA, but FIFA.
Yeah.
You know, FIFA's looking amazing right now, but you hit that wall of the last generation consoles. I think there's a lot of people are probably afraid of. That's what I'm personally afraid of.
I feel like that's what happened with Titanfall too, because that was a 360 and like an Xbox One thing, and it's like I have a feeling if they cut ties with the old one, it would have been able to do a lot more.
Well, look at the games that have come out that were not also on the older consoles and how fantastic they are. Bloodborne, Witcher, Fallout, The Last of Us was originally on PS3, Uncharted 4, all that stuff. Those games that came out that were not on previous consoles and only on the current gen are beautiful. They're marvels.
Yeah. All right, Zach. We saved you some time. We didn't go too long. Break down some walls.
Okay,
Fill us in.
so first thing here for us as well in terms of what we're looking at, let's just break it down independently really quick. It's like Microsoft's announcement, that came to no surprise, everybody knew it was coming, they kept boasting about like teraflops and megaflops and giga whatever. But so, this is what I don't get. So man, my nose is like super itchy, I've been messing with this thing like the whole time. Just get in there, just get in there. Okay, or maybe not. Patreon, give me $1, and then I'm just kidding. Randall, pick my nose, I'm just joking. So, Microsoft, I don't understand. So, like, they released the Slim, people have been wanting it, like, get it this holiday season, but then, right out of the same gate, right after that, they were just like, hey, next year, though, Scorpio's coming, and here's this awesome trailer that shows you nothing about it, but we're going to talk about it, and you'll understand more from that. I didn't understand that. That was almost like a slap in the face. Don't get me wrong, me and Brandon saw the Slim. It's really pretty, but I don't know if anybody knows this, like, that little gray stand it's sitting on, it's part of the console.
It's part of it. So.
It's not a separate unit, so it's actually
Ooh,
yeah.
Really?
It's
not like sitting. It's not sitting on a pedestal.
I thought that's exactly what I was doing.
No. That's actually
That's part of
There's a USB built into that thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It was standing sideways, so we could tell it was definitely
it was part of
attached
the
to
thing.
it.
Yeah.
It's kind of gnarly.
It's whatever. So there's that. It's cool, but then it's like, why?
They did make some good moves, like the USB is on the front, not the side anymore.
Yeah, and then
It's
you have to go hunting for it anymore out of the back. It's like
Yeah.
really easy. All the TV components, if you're one of those cable people, it's still there. It's not like a bad thing. I just didn't understand it. Like PlayStation, we know the Neo's coming. If they come out this PlayStation experience this year later in December and they decide to say, hey, it's coming out next year, they didn't slap me in the face and tell me to buy another, like one part, like PlayStation 4.5, and then there's the PlayStation 4K, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't tell me there's a middleman console out there for me. And then when they were like, oh, you know, people were curious with the Sony booth, so everybody's question was, you know, when is the Slim coming out for PlayStation? They were just like, we're pretty content with the size.
Yeah.
And like, I love them. I think they're a good size.
The PlayStation's perfect.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think you need to really do anything on the size. Even if the PlayStation 4K is a little bit bigger, I'm okay with it. Like, that's nothing bad. It's got to sit somewhere.
On a positive note on that Neo as well, the power block is actually built into the console. I think that's what that gray thing might be. There's not like that freaking outrageous surge protector on your
You
cable.
know that about the Scorpio, but what about the Slim you're saying is that?
Well,
That
That would kind of make sense if they switched that over that.
That'd be cool.
yeah, I think that might. I mean, maybe not right there, but I think that's why that's there. It
Maybe.
has something to do with that power.
Power space, I don't
Yeah.
know. So that's one thing. But like, so from the Slim 2, that's not any faster than a normal Xbox One, right?
Nope.
They said no upgraded components.
Nope.
So it's like you can go out and buy another one of what most people probably already have if you're really into Xbox at this point. And that's fine. If that's your preference, you want a white one that's smaller, go for it. But then it's like, you have the Scorpio coming out next year. Announcing it now was smart. I think the 4K should have also been announced right now. I think the price point is going to be a little bit more objective than what most people are expecting when it comes out. So announcing it now gives people to save up, lets them know. But then again, too, it's like you get this Scorpio, essentially, that's coming out. The PlayStation 4K, I understand more power because this VR thing, I think people are going to underestimate again. Load times, some frame rate shell out problems initially until it's patched. I think the 4K can smooth those over a lot quicker. So like the Scorpio, what's it going to do? Is there going to be Scorpio only games? No, because both companies have bottlenecked their power systems and said, you can buy this game on either one. We're not separating you. PlayStation 4 has done the same
They
thing.
set that standard.
Yeah, and it's like you can optimize it so it looks prettier, more shading, more things on screen moving, but it's still the same game. You're not really experimenting with the new world that you set
I
up.
wonder what the price point is going to be, because the price point gets higher.
600.
600?
600 to 500, I'm guessing.
Okay.
6 and
I think-
5.
Yeah, 5's probably. I think 6 will be too high. I don't think it'll be a comfortable enough jump
I think PlayStation will find a way in their margin to work in like a VR headset
with it.
with 600 as a price point.
That would make
For
sense.
If they added something like
If
that.
nobody picked it up yet and they're like, you want to come out with this on your 4K with the VR headset, 600.
I'd be okay with that.
But no controllers, like no, obviously the standard, but no move controllers,
They're
no
trying
that.
to build a really, really good PC for $500.
It's already been done,
I know, but I'm going to do it myself.
so you can prove that it's been done.
Just to prove that
It can be done.
if you don't want to buy a console because the price point, that's the only reason you don't want to buy.
I'll save you 500
The only
bucks.
reason you don't want to buy a PC is
People have already
because of
done
the
it.
price point.
You don't have to worry about it.
No, I want to because I want another one.
He just wants to have it.
But you just said you update modularly. Wouldn't $500 be like a graphics card?
I want another. No, are you kidding? No, absolutely not. No, I want a new. I do want a second PC. So
And then, so more focus on PlayStation, since I didn't attack Microsoft, I hope nobody feels that way, but at the same time too, it's like, there's some choices that are made that I just don't understand
I don't think
sometimes.
I don't think any company warrants it. They're
no.
trying to make what's best for that company, and they're doing what they want to do to build these products to get to a point where they had a plan, had a vision for it.
And I agree, and I think the Scorpio is a good choice. I might even pick one up because Scalebound might actually be out by
Fuck
then,
yeah.
so we'll see.
We'll be playing Scalebound together.
And like I said, it might be because they have that same thought I do. I think somebody actually said it. Pretty much, if you don't have a 4K TV and you're not picking up a VR, getting the Neo, the Scorpio is not worth it.
No,
not
So
at
that
all.
person who
Not at
maybe
all.
has an Xbox, wants a newer model, but is like, hey, I'm not going to be picking up VR. I don't have a 4K TV. That is who the Slim model is geared
I
towards.
feel like the Slim is also like the holiday push on parents. Like that's
Yeah.
the other reason
Oh,
they did
totally.
it. It's like parents aren't gonna know any better than either grandparents. They're just gonna go see the new thing in the store and buy it. Like, oh, it's a Slim. It just came out is the selling point, and parents will buy that over
New
PlayStation.
Xbox.
Or
It's whatever.
the X, because the Slim's going to come out, the regular Xbox is going to drop even from their price, and that's going to make it
Yeah.
more
I can't
accessible.
wait because next year they're gonna say next year when Scorpio comes out, it's gonna act as a home base for your other Xbox Ones in the home, and you can kick over stream the same quality to your Xbox Ones in the house. Wait for it, it's coming. They already tethered together. Finally, their cloud servers
Kind of like
are
an
gonna
NVIDIA
be-
Shield type deal.
Exactly, because people of these things are gonna have a lot. I myself already have 2 PS4s. I'm waiting for the same thing to happen. Like just kick it over to another one and never have to move the disc. I'm waiting. It's absurd.
I was
Yeah.
talking about I was talking about the quality. There's 4 in this house.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, just a little bit.
I had to.
We have one Xbox One as well.
Yeah,
It's holding the front door open.
I couldn't imagine.
But that's
how
the
much,
Wii U.
It's a lock in the door.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what my game would be if I didn't dump so much money into a nice game.
PlayStation 4K, real quick. This is
Okay.
gonna be a little bit easier, so we
Rock
kind
it
of
out.
already got all the hard stuff out of the way. Price point we've already talked about. It's gonna come out in the fall. They're not gonna wait for the holiday season. They're gonna try and undercut Scorpio maybe. And you're right. I think whatever specs they have right now, they're just gonna take whatever chipset they have and switch it out real quick. They're just
That
gonna.
wouldn't take too much.
No, it wouldn't because they're their own manufacturer. They're gonna do whatever they want. They don't have to worry about setting a standard this early and having it produced. Like I bet you anything, Q1 next year, Scorpio's already coming off conveyor belts.
Yeah.
It's done. Like I don't care. There's no redesign on it whatsoever. It's done.
So you don't think we're gonna see it for holiday season?
No, holiday season next year is when it's releasing. Scorpio.
They'll announce it at PSX because that'll give enough time for them to figure out exactly what they want in it.
But 4K for the PlayStation 4K, they could wait till summer. That's pushing it. Probably like May or April.
like Q1,
And
early
they're
Q2.
probably going to announce it this December. They're probably redoing their PowerPoint. People are redoing schematics, making sure it's possible.
PlayStation's fiscal year start.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought it was April.
Doesn't
Might
matter.
Because it was
Q1
April.
for us, not for
I was
them.
gonna say, but for them, I think April will probably be a good point start of the year because they spent the rest. Of
No, they're not going to wait. They're
They'll-
going to wait for closer to holidays and people to have that summer money that usually
I'm
rolls
not
in
talking
for
about
most people.
leasing it, but like
They'll announce it at PSX because
Yeah,
I
of
think
course.
their excitement is to sell it to PlayStation people.
audience.
Yes.
That's who's going to interpret it the best.
Yep.
And then whenever they do something at PSX, the audience does such a good job of keeping it in positive lighting.
Yep.
Because they're all there for one reason. So if they ever want to test the waters and announce something,
To do it at
you
PSX.
literally get so many people positive about it. It's hard for anything negative to come out of there. So people are like, have you heard about this game called Severed? It's coming out from Dreambox. People do Guacamelee. And somebody will look at you and be like, I've never heard of this shit, but that name, Guacamole, I've heard of it and I have it in my tacos. It's got to be a good game, right?
Yep.
Fucking nice.
Right.
Like you said, it's just a good way for them to just have everybody talking about it is talking about it positively.
Even if they come up with a little bit under spec, if they're like, it's not 6 teraflops, but this is what it does do, and they're going to show you a visual presentation, that's all you need. Because James here just proved a point. You talk about specs all day, doesn't matter to somebody that plays games because they're playing it. They don't want to have to worry about any of the
You're
hardware
not
stuff.
building a console.
Exactly. They just want to play the game. So what better thing to show you what you're going to be playing than a visual presentation?
Obviously, the specs are geared more towards developers, like you said.
Yep. And I think the VR piece, like that's going to come seamlessly together, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
So I hope that kind of makes sense for most people that follow my jargon. But most stuff I say here at this table usually happens. It's going to happen.
No, that makes
I actually have to
sense, though.
say
It's
you
logical.
probably have the best
Ratio?
Yeah,
That's because your logic's always like grounded.
he speaks like matter of fact. He's like,
So-
yeah.
I'm like, factually,
I mean, because you never say something big and wild. I mean, unless
No.
like the NX of the phone. Like
that was, I think, my most wildest
That's true,
interpretation,
yeah.
but get ready when it's...
no,
Get ready.
I'll go with the virtual console. That was wild.
Or tying you up with a wireless controller. That was pretty wild.
It's never happened.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not tied up. God damn, baby.
Ooh.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Chemistry, okay? Watch science.
Science just happened.
Okay?
I felt it. I felt it. I'm right in the middle of it. I felt
You're
it.
in between us wirelessly.
Whoa. No.
Technically, you're my hub right now. I'm about to dock.
Oh shit, does that make me the rapper? 'Cause I don't know how to
Hey-o.
feel about
Anyways,
This point in our show is where we jump over to my favorite part of it, which is the developer shout out. Developer shout out, we appreciate your hard work. James, you have our developer of the week.
I do indeed. All right, let's
Roll it
roll that
down.
up. And this week we went, since one of our biggest parts of news this week was Overwatch, we decided to go with an Overwatch developer. The gentleman that we were going with today is named Jeremy Craig. Obviously, he works for Blizzard. He is a senior game designer. They claim that he is laser focused. He has tons of experience. That's why they chose him as the lead designer for Overwatch. And his experience is in 2008 he joined with the role of a web designer before transitioning to the Battle.net team as a regular designer. And he contributed to the user experience for StarCraft II, Diablo 3, and had a major part in Hearthstone, or the game that Peter does.
Very cool.
Yeah, so he's been with them since 2008. That's his thing. They love the heck out of him, and they have nothing but good things to say about him. And he created a fantastic game. Overwatch is really, really good. And like I said, first multiplayer game I've been in love with for a long time.
I actually heard that Overwatch in Korea got really popular. It took over some of the internet cafes, kicked League of Legends out.
Wow, where'd you hear that?
I heard that's actually been going since 2012 too. It's actually been for the last 4 years.
Wow.
Weird.
Wow, I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I heard that on Phatt Chat, number 33, I think. You want to check it out.
Yeah, should make sure you check out that one. It's a good one, for sure.
So thanks, Jeremy.
Did we just do podcastception?
But no, seriously, like you
Good.
obviously put out a really good game. I like it because it's a little bit different than anything Blizzard has put out recently.
Yeah, absolutely, hands
Yeah.
down. And my absolute best thing about it that I think is the greatest thing is there's no learning curve. There's zero learning curve.
I
If you
don't
can play a
know
first-person
about that.
shooter, you grab the controller and you play. My day one, I was getting 10 kill streaks, 12 kill streaks. I got a 15 kill streak day one. I'd never played the game prior to, and on the first day, I'm getting
You're a
voted
prodigy.
for. I got plays of the games like multiple times. It was fantastic.
You're the people I hunt down in Overwatch.
Okay.
It's like, I'll watch that stuff, I'll be like, I'm gonna ruin your day. Roses are red,
Okay.
violets are blue. I'm so good, I got that!
God, he's easy.
This is so good, right through the wall every time.
Yeah.
It's so good. Do you hear it? I hear it on my audio, like on
I,
Astros, and I like book it somewhere. I'm like, I'm out.
I need to pick that game up.
It's so much
That was
fun.
really good.
That's what I was writing down. I have a mental list of games Josh needs to play. Like I said,
Well, add Overwatch to it.
we need to build a running list of games I need to play because obviously I just get stuck on my.
You ready for this running list to never end?
Yep.
You're making a running list.
Yep.
It literally progresses
Oh.
with you.
I'll burn through all of them.
Jeremy
You're
Craig.
going through the list,
Trying to burn
maybe.
through
This might be taboo, but I've decided I'm not going to pick up Overwatch ever
Okay.
because I already have a ton right now that's backlogged.
Yes, you do.
Pokemon comes out for you soon, anyways.
Once I get through that, like once I get through my backlog, like you said, I'll hit Pokemon, and then it'll just be like game after game after game of this holiday season. There's a lot that I really want to pick up this
Yeah, but
year.
there's only one game come the 11th day.
That's right. But there's stuff that comes out. I mean, there's still gonna be plenty to drop. So like, I just have decided that there's certain games I'm just going to just gloss over and avoid, which I normally try and pick up most things and at least get my hands on them, play them, test them out.
I get what
see
you
what
mean
they
though,
are.
because like even with Overwatch, like there's no like reward system. There is, but I mean it's very minuscule
Yeah.
because you can also get past that curve with currency.
Yep.
So it's like you can buy the game. It's aesthetics. It's just
Okay.
aesthetics.
Yeah, it's just
aesthetics.
Like you just instantly like turned me on.
No. It's skins and spray paints and
I was like,
you know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep
but I get what
play
you're saying though,
around.
right? Like if you have to play a game like mindlessly, you might as well enjoy it and get some kind of reward out of it.
Yeah, well, the rank system is coming.
I get it, but there's nothing. It's not like there's a storyline that I can beat. It's not like one of those games that I can just play for like a week, a month, and just be done with it. Like
Yeah, you have
it's never
storyline.
gonna happen.
It's got
Exactly.
like backstory like Destiny. Go read these Grimoire cards.
Yeah. So it's one of those games.
Everything's online, yeah.
So it's one of those games that like to get any real validation for it, you just have to put hours and hours and hours and get really good and become like a top player. That's the only way to get any like true validation out of it, which is fine. That's great. A lot of people enjoy that. Obviously, with Call of Duty, it's shown that kind of success. A lot of RTSs show that kind of success. It's a lot about playing it.
I get what you mean
mastering
though,
it.
because like even when I'm done playing a match with like Overwatch, I don't feel like I took anything away from it.
Yeah.
Like when I play like with Battlefield, right? Like the new system coming out, it's like when I play it, when I leave it, I might have like a new gun or two. You know what I mean?
Maybe
But like,
that's why I do
from-
like it so much.
Yeah, because like you, I literally
level
Well,
up. You get
I got so
your
sick
stuff.
of regular first-person shooter multiplayers that I played them so religiously. I just eventually got sick of them, so maybe that's why I do.
But I will say
love
this though, like if I want 30 minutes to burn, like it's the perfect game to just pick up and have like a mindless banter
Oh, yeah.
out because like I'm taking everything away from the initial start. Like I get every character, there's nothing to unlock. I can get aesthetics and colors and graffiti and that's it.
See, that's exactly how
Like
I felt.
it's a good game like that.
That's exactly how I felt about Battlefront. I know you guys all have your own feelings about it. That's fine, but it's
Yeah,
like one of
so
those
much
games.
so I'm the new host now and we're talking about other things. Besides, we're actually gonna talk about video games here, okay?
Hey, you
Video
back
games.
off my mic. You don't. No.
Alright, so let's talk about some good games that are coming out, right?
Anything other than Battlefront?
Battlefield's coming out. Titanfall, I'm excited for.
Alright, Titanfall. Ooh.
Man. That collector's edition. I literally cannot wait to do that unboxing here.
Oh,
Put on the mask.
Oh, I
Helmet.
have to find a way to make the shamag like cover my
Your beard.
beard.
you can just turn it into like a bandana, just like bow tie it, where it's like over. Because you know how you
You're
put, like,
clever. I like you.
How many collector's editions are you picking up this year?
Fuck.
You ready?
Break them down for me. Let's do this. Let's
All
hit
right,
it.
so I might have to skip on Monster Hunter. Otherwise, that was gonna be one.
Okay.
All right.
I'm accounting it. I'm counting it
Alright.
because you want it, and if you can make it happen, you're gonna make
All
it
right. So
happen.
Battlefield, that's unreserved.
Yeah.
Persona 5, that's unreserved.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2, that's unreserved.
Yeah.
Five 15.
I don't have the ultimate, but I will hunt one down. I've got limited edition, so that is collector's by
But you're
American
still
standards.
going
I got
for it.
somebody too, yeah.
But you're still going for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then did I say Dishonored 2?
No.
You did not.
Okay, I did now. And
So you
then
watch Dogs 2 already?
Watch Dogs 2. What's another one?
So you're at 7 right now.
Hold on, hold on,
Seven?
hold on.
7. Yeah.
Nothing comes out in January that we know of.
Because I counted.
PlayStation VR, can you count that as one? It's a $300 unit.
Is there
It was
different
limited
versions
edition
of it?
because I didn't fucking get one.
There is, but I just
It's not
got
a
I just got a
collector's
headset.
Well,
so-
no.
Okay, well then I'd say
I'll give him that on a technicality because it was so limited that I didn't fucking get one.
It's not a collector's edition. You're sorry. No. So you're at 7.
I didn't
Okay.
collect it.
What else? I feel like there's some. No, there's like 2 or 3 more on my thing. Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2 and that gets announced. Because I'm waiting, because they did one last year, it's probably going to happen this
Did you
year.
even
Just
see
waiting.
Honor?
There's no collector's edition.
Not yet.
When it's announced, you better believe it.
Trust me, I
I
was
feel like
all
you're
about
my first
breaking
one kid
people's.
for that.
I was trying to be a fly on everybody's wall when I was like, oh, For Honor, what's coming out? And then when we saw a season pass, I was like, Gold Edition! Where's my statue?
I just want a statue, something.
Don't get me wrong, I'm buying like 5 copies of the game when it comes out, one for every character class.
And one for me.
That's not confirmed. I made that shit up right now. So if I get some emails from Ubisoft,
They're like,
there's actually 2 other classes. I'm joking. I heard that from nobody. So
You're just guessing now.
I'm guessing.
So, this is the point in the podcast where we normally do a community question, but our stream dropped. So we didn't get a community question.
Nope.
So, You got a little bit of extra banter from us, which was great. You got to
It's
hear.
only been an hour already?
Yeah, it's already been 55 minutes.
Shit always
We've hit
flies,
that
bro.
point, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gone really quick. These are always really fun, but they go super fast.
You know what? Let's ask him a quick question.
Yeah, do we have
got
5 minutes?
We got 5 minutes.
Okay, so 2 questions.
2 questions, yeah. Question number 1.
One.
What was the last game that you played that made you cry? We did this on another video earlier before you got here.
Oh, man.
What was the last game you played that made you cry?
While he thinks about it, we did this on our Patreon video.
Yep.
So if you guys go over to our Patreon, there's different tiers of stuff where anywhere from $1 all the way up to 15. We have nothing too crazy. You can go and you can support us. You can support our podcast. It allows us to do additional videos. It allows us to get new equipment, everything like that. One of them, one of the tiers is if you do it, you get an additional video every month, which is our Patreon video. It's a little easier going. We just kind of sit, we chat, we banter, we just kind of
Chill.
Yeah, it's just a lot more personal for the people out there. So if you guys like what we do, please go support us. It does a lot for us. If you can't, we understand. Just subscribe, show us to your friends, like it, do all that fun stuff, you guys, and that shows us a ton of support as well. So we don't always need your money. It is great to see. But we also just enjoy, a friend. Hey, you're ready to go.
All right, what is
I was trying to
It
fill
took
it in.
me forever because it's actually a long time ago. Not by long, it's actually just last year and a half-ish. Bob has a typo,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
There is a scene in there now. Let me set the premise for you. There are soldiers and they are high class, they're the elite, okay? But it's HD remake, so the graphics are a little bit bumped up, and some of the cutscenes are like really fucking bumped up. So there's a scene where you're finally there, you're saving this little town, this other class, and your characters finally show up. As they walk forward, there was a soldier that was trying to fight off the enemy with his chocobo at his side. His chocobo's bloody as shit, so is he, okay? And then his chocobo falls, and then he goes and curls up next to him because they kind of climb to each other. And then your character gets there and it's like, it's okay, like rest, and then like the chocobo gives its last breath, and then the soldier says something and you don't hear it, but your character turns around and like puts like a thumbs up, and then it's like the whole anime intro thing. But I lost my shit when that chocobo passed away. I'm like that thing, man, animals pass away in anything. I'm like, and then humans die, I'm like, massacre them all. They have the
Like,
chance.
it was only one of that cutscene. Shit cutscene. It could have been all of them.
I know, right? So,
Second question. Funniest game you've ever played?
One that made laugh the hardest.
Yep.
The hardest.
I like giggle at games like a whole bunch when I find something's funny, but like
Gut
busting.
busting, dying laughing.
While he
Holy
thinks about
shit.
that, we're gonna get some more shameless plugs in here, you guys. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. There's the Phatt Gaming. We tweet all the big stuff that's coming out. You get all of our podcasts, so make sure you can do that. Of course, follow the personalities here that you love as well, because we tweet ridiculous things. It's a lot of fun there.
Don't follow me. I tweet really sad stuff.
Hey, we were talking about Harry Potter today.
It's true.
That was awesome.
We don't just do the YouTube, you guys. We have tons of videos there too, but of course we stream on Twitch, so make sure you guys go check that out. We do a lot of fun stuff. I don't know. What's your guys' take?
You got PC?
Got PC?
I'm asking you, do you?
Join the Steam community.
Oh, they can't talk to us.
No.
Well, if you answered yes, join the Steam community and play with us. We do stuff. We go around, we're playing a lot of games. We just started back up. Get more people, more members in. As we go along, we'll be doing events. We're trying to do an every Wednesday thing because I think Wednesday night fights sounds like fun. And PC is the place to be.
Also, go like our
Fuck's sake.
go like our page.
Unintentional.
Go like our page on Facebook, you guys. That
Yeah.
gives you up to date info on
Nope.
everything we do.
Oh, I think he's ready.
All right, go. This is it. We got like 2 minutes left. Crank it out.
You just fuse it.
I got 2, and some people might think I'm fucked up for this, but Banner Saga, like gut busting at some of the decision choices. Like, it's funny. It's like your caravan's tipping over the side. What do you want to do? Order your men to do something, or do you want? I'm making one up, but like just to give you an idea. It's like your caravan, like it's like the Oregon Trail Viking Edition meets Giants. It's just
come
like,
on, really?
It's ridiculous. It's so good. And
You have dysentery.
well, yeah, it actually happens. It's like you're down 5 food supply. You're like, oh my god, my people are starving.
So hungry.
And people leave your caravan. I'm like, oh no. I was laughing at some of the choices, and then when some special events happen, I was laughing my ass off. And then the other one, Shovel Knight, just because like the script alone was enough to make me giggle. But I didn't bust at the sides at any point. I just chuckled through like the whole thing. But Banner Saga, like I was in tears like over some of the parts.
But yeah, Shovel Knight's just that consistent laugh through the whole game. Like,
And as soon as you see somebody's like name, you're just like, What's your night called?
Yeah.
And if you want to see the three of us, Patreon.
So you guys, thanks for hanging out. Sorry the stream dropped for anyone who was watching the stream, but of course, if you came back and watched this video, you got to catch the rest of it, which means you got to watch the beginning part twice. So you got a treat because you got to watch us yell and scream at each other twice.
Or seek to the middle.
Yeah.
You could just seek.
Eh.
Don't.
Watch
Well, they're at the end, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah.
go back and rewatch it. Thanks for hanging out, you guys, and we'll catch you next week.
Later.